Hey there traders, this is Jeff from thestockbandit.com. Thanks for joining me for this video. So let's take a look here at the indices as we head into a brand new week of trading and or fiscal cliff talks, because that's clearly the focus of this market post-election. All attention has been turned on that. So we sold off, we got a little bit stretched to the downside. The relief bounce started to kick in, and now it seems there's been some hopes that maybe all this is going to get worked out. Now, all opinions aside, let's just focus on the price action here. Let's not discuss government. Let's not talk about politics or policy or any of that. What matters most is the price action. And so we've rallied back up for the NASDAQ, and we have completely erased this post-election sell-off. We've sharply rallied back up. This index has moved higher by about 7.5% over this little 9-day run. Now, Friday we were down slightly, and we also saw on Friday a real minor or narrow range bar. So very small move from the low to the high of the day. The low 29.99, the high 30.14. So we're talking about a 15-point range here on some elevated volume, which really just points to a lot of turnover, a lot of churning taking place. Maybe late buyers entering the picture, maybe people who've enjoyed this run selling into those new participants. And so we remain beneath this very important level, 30.40 for the NASDAQ. So we need to keep a close eye on that. But as we've lifted here in a significant fashion, we need to see some rest kick in. So we'll keep a close eye on some levels on the way down as well. 29.61, that's a level that may get tested. And then we've got this gap right here to 29.26 from November 21st. And you can see it's kind of a minor void there on the chart, but that's a gap that may eventually get filled. So we'll keep a close eye on that as well. All in all, the bulls have a really good shot at the next pullback, and just ignore all these numbers over here to the side. But the next pullback has a pretty good shot at finding some support at a higher low or a higher level than this November low, and that's what the bulls need to see. So we'll keep a close eye on that. For the S&P 500, sorry, I had hit the wrong button. This index also has seen a pretty good lift. This thing is up 5.5% over this little 10-day run, and we also saw a very narrow range bar on Friday here as well with very heavy volume. Again, that just points to some share turnover. We're beneath this 1426 level. That's the next big level here. It's proven to be both resistance and support. And by the way, if you're not watching this in full screen mode, that's going to give you the best quality. You can also adjust the quality in the player to the HD quality. But you know, this big V-shaped lift needs a little bit of rest. We need to pull back to some level here and then see if that's able to hold versus this November low. So keep a close eye on this 1395 as well. We may see a test there. For the Russell, this small cap index, just over the course of this 10-day move, has rallied 8% off the low from November to the high on Friday. That's a significant move, and it's not a sustainable pace. You can't rally 8% every 10 days, not in a major index like the Russell 2000. So this index sitting shy of this 833 level. That's been a big level, and of course you can zoom out here on the chart and see that 833 has been a big level, but 833 is a level to watch on the way up, and currently we're 12 points shy of that. On the way down, we've got a couple of levels to keep a close eye on as well. One is this gap from Wednesday's close of last week that carries down to this 813 level. By the way, we did fill this gap right here to 825. That's a level that I've been pointing to, and we came right up to that on Friday, getting less than half a point from there. So that constitutes a gap fill there. So on the next pullback, we may fill this 813 gap, and of course we may dip a little bit further. You know, this has kind of been a level right in here as well. You know, this 798 level. So we'll keep a close eye on that. We had a close there and a low there, so keep an eye on those levels as well. And then we've got the Dow, which has really seen a decent move higher as well. It's been a little bit less than 5%, but it's currently testing this 13,040 area, which had been some support right here during late October, and then early November we tested it, and then we finally broke it. Since then, we've rallied back up. In the last couple sessions, we've nudged just past that intraday, but we can't hold it on a closing basis. So that's kind of a level here that this index is dealing with. We maybe pull back a little bit deeper here and establish some kind of a higher low compared to this November low. That's what the bulls are wanting to see. The only kind of wild cards right now are, of course, the headlines, given that the fiscal cliff talks are going to cause a knee-jerk reaction, and maybe several of them, but before it's all said and done. That's one thing, obviously, we've got to stay on our toes about. And then the other one is the fact that both bulls and bears are likely to want a pullback here. Bears have been suffering here the last couple weeks as the market's lifted against them. They're eager to cover some short positions if they weren't timed well on those entries, and so any minor dip is going to give them an opportunity to cover. And bulls who are underinvested now see the end of the year rapidly approaching, and that underperformance may prompt them to be overly aggressive on dips as well and look to allocate cash as we approach December 31st, and they want to measure up to their peers. So something to keep in mind, but there's some levels as we head into a brand new week of trading. If you're looking for some trade ideas, you're looking for some help improving your skills as a trader, check us out. We've got a number of ways that we can help you. We'd love to have the opportunity to work with you. Other than that, thanks for joining me for this video. I will have more for you soon, but in the meantime, trade like a bandit.